Let's talk fans. Hey, I'm Greg. Welcome to 3D Make It. Today I'm doing some fan upgrades to the Chiron. My previous video we covered buck converters and how to use them, and now we're going to take that and we're going to apply it to quieting down the Chiron. Currently it's running before the upgrade at, well, with that power supply it was at like 62 or 63 dB, maybe even a little higher. But with the upgrades, it quiets right down. On Thingiverse, I will be posting all of the files and Fusion files and the cover files for the fan cover for the motherboard and the fan cover for the power supply. I have just put an updated power supply cover. The original one I got and modified, the one screw hole was not accurate. So I have elongated it and made it correct. So hopefully all the other files are there for everyone, and I put the Fusion files there so anyone can modify them, change them in any way they want. So let's get started. Here's the Chiron. I'm going to speed up the video. Enjoy. Okay, now we are going to finish removing the fan and we'll get started on the new cover install. Let's get going. Okay, so here is the install of the new cover. I have, again, the Thingiverse files available online on Thingiverse. I'll put them in the description below. Okay, so that was the basic install of the power supply, cover and fan with buck converter. Now let's assemble the motherboard cover and get going on that. So here is the new cover I have printed. Now this cover, I designed it. I have posted the STLs online. I had to make a slight modification here. Because of the legs I added on to the Chiron. If you don't add the squash ball legs, you won't have an issue. I'm just going to now mount the fan, and I've got my buck converter all set up with the voltage the way I want it, and you can look at my other video which I will have covered buck converters and fans and everything on that. So I'm just going to mount the fan, and we will then install it. So. Okay, so there you have it. There is the fan installed on my new cover. Now I'm going to install the new cover. You can see a little sneak peek of my next video because that is definitely not the original Tri-Gorilla board in here. So I have a buck converter in here, again, for another video. The power supply down here has the new cover on it, which you saw earlier, which is also controlled by another buck converter. This one is running at about, I think it's 8 volts. But it moves so much air, it's nice and quiet. I'm just going to install this. This one is also set fairly low voltage to keep the fan spinning quite silently. These are already pretty quiet fans, but the amount of air they move is actually too much air. So the buck converter was a good choice to slow it down. So we'll just... All right, so we got our 4 screws in, nice and centered over the main board, and if we power it on, you can hear. I'm going to put my microphone close. Those are very silent. Very silent. Okay, well, there you go. I have installed the brand new fan cover on the power supply and the motherboard with the nice quiet fans. So not very hard to do. The model's available on Thingiverse. So please feel free to download them, modify them. That's the whole point of putting them up there with the files. So go ahead. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.